Today's lesson is based on income tax. So when it comes to income tax, we firstly look at tax tables. A tax table is issued by SARS every year. SARS is the South African Revenue Services. A tax table is divided into different parts. So firstly, I have different tax brackets. I have tax rebate, tax threshold, and medical scheme tax credit. Let's start off with the tax brackets. So this particular tax table is from the year 2016-2017. And this tax table is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tax brackets. So please remember that the tax bracket refers to a person's annual taxable income. If in a question his monthly salary is given, you're going to multiply that by 12 and then use the tax brackets. So make an example. Let's say he earns 300,000 rands per annum. I want to know which tax bracket does he fall into. So 300,000, definitely tax bracket 3. So going with tax bracket 3 is this rule. So in order for you to calculate his annual income tax, you are going to apply the rule that goes with that particular tax bracket. Thereafter, we have what's called tax rebate, which is money you get back from SARS. It's your tax relief. So it works according to a person's age. If a person is 65 years, under 65 years old, he's going to qualify for a rebate of 13,500. If he is 65 and over, he will get the primary rebate and the secondary rebate. So in other words, you're going to minus 13,500 and you're going to minus 7,407 rands. Likewise, a 75-year-old, you're going to deduct primary, secondary, and tertiary rebate. Thereafter, we have what's called the tax threshold. So the definition, income tax threshold, is the income level at which a person begins paying tax. So usually in our calculations, we don't really use the tax threshold. Then I have medical scheme tax credit. So again, credit, meaning it is money that you're going to deduct from the tax that you owe. Okay, so let's say this is a husband, wife, and one child. So per month, he is going to deduct 286 rand, another 286 for his wife, and 192 for one child. So this is per month. Please remember that. So when deducting the annual income tax, you have to divide it by 12 to convert it to monthly income tax, and then minus 286 minus 286 if there is a spouse, minus 192 if there is a child. If you have more than one dependent, then you're going to adjust the 192 accordingly. So we'll make an example now. Let's say Sam earns 216,000 rands per annum. So 216,000 rands, he does have a pension fund. So he has a pension fund of 1,350 rand per month. And the question is, calculate his income tax. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 1350 because it is per month, multiply by 12. That gives me an answer of 16,200. So his pension fund per annum, 16,200. His salary per annum, 216,000. I'm now going to deduct the two values. So I'm going to say 216,000 minus 16,200, and I get an answer of 199,800. So this value is now my annual taxable income. Okay, so once I have my annual taxable income, the first thing I'm going to do is slot it into one of these tax tables. Right, so it's 199. Tax table 1 ends at 188. So obviously it's not going to fall into tax bracket, excuse me. Let's call this tax bracket 1. So tax bracket 1 stops at 188,000. So 199 will not fall into tax bracket 1. Let's move on. Tax bracket 2. Yes. 199,800 definitely falls into tax bracket 2, which means I'm going to apply the rule that goes with tax bracket 2. So let's do that. Let's then write down the rule that goes with tax bracket 2. Okay, so it says 33,840 rands plus 26%. Now when it says of, you are going to multiply. Of. And this is the point that I really want to emphasize. So the phrase that says of, taxable income above 188,000. So when it says taxable income, we go back. His taxable income is 199,800. So let's put it in there. 199,800. So I've got of taxable income above 188,000. So now I'm going to minus 188,000. Okay, so one more time. The 26% is not on the entire annual taxable income. The 26% is only on the amount that is above 188,000. Okay, so perfect. We've got that. Now, in order to calculate this, we're going to apply BODMAS. Let's work with the brackets first. So when I minus this, leaves me with 11,800. I'll work out 26% of that, and I'm going to get 3,068 rands. Now I'm going to add my 33,840. Okay, so let's add that. We're going to get 36,908 rands. Right? So the next step, remember on your tax table, after tax brackets, you've got tax rebate. So let's say our taxpayer is under 65 years old. So he will qualify only for the primary rebate. So I'm going to minus 13,500. There we go. Primary rebate, 13,500. So that's gone. This comes down to 23,408 rands. So this is my annual income tax. So it's per annum. If your exam question says calculate his monthly income tax, divide this answer by 12. And we're left with 1,950 rands, 67 cents. Okay, so I'm not done yet. If the question says he has a medical aid, so it's, let's say, himself, his wife, and one child. So I'm now going to deduct the medical tax credit. So I'm minusing the value again, 286 for himself, another 286 for his wife, and for his child dependent, 192. Remember, all these values are per month. So I minus all of them, and that leaves me with 1,186 rand, 67 cents. So this is his monthly income tax.